Auckland.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Indeed, time now here on Kiwi is 8:47, and joining me in the Kiwi studio, on the verge of releasing his debut CD called Arctic Tales Divide, a combination of Andrew Keoghan's classical training and singing violin with elements of pop and folk. It is Andrew Keoghan. That's read direct there from the press release. G'day there, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very good, very good. It feels like we should really introduce you from scratch. You know, this being your debut release, it feels only right. Christchurch born lad?
Actually, no. I was born in Antigua in the West Indies.
Ah.
My parents lived there for 8 years, but I was Christchurch bred.
Yes. Your formative years?
Formative years through school until the age of 21. I lived in Christchurch.
And have you returned there in the past few weeks post quake?
I did. I went home. My parents live down there. They run a bed and breakfast down there, so I went home about 3 days after the earthquake, and just to lend a hand, really, mum and dad, because they had 12 people staying, people who'd been displaced in hotels and things, and went and over to Littleton, and a few of us played at a little street fair that they had about 3 days afterwards, and Littleton was pretty badly hit.
Yeah. There's been a lot of that sort of pop-up sort of gigs around the place, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a pretty strong sense of community within the music fraternity down there. Everyone bands together, and they're pretty hardy, resilient bunch, Cantabrians, I think.
There's a lot of discussion about what the heck people are going to do for music venues, because pretty much the whole CBD locked down for the foreseeable future, and a lot of these venues disappearing as well.
I know. Well, the Harbour Light where we were going to be playing on Sunday night has sadly been closed for good. So we're I think I'm going to give my old school a call this week and see if we can play next Sunday night.
Because a lot of people are completely taking Christchurch out of their itineraries, but you're going to make sure it's still locked in there.
Well, yeah, we could do trying to do a free show or something like that. But the bigger concern would be for the other musicians that are down there. Like, I've talked to a couple of people who, had regular gigs, through High Street and Manchester Street and different venues, Poplar Lane, and they're all, all of a sudden found or they were teaching at the jazz school or wherever at the Polytech, and they found that their, income, their livelihoods sort of being turned upside down quite a lot, which, as it will be for a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay, well, going back to your time in Christchurch, you've been classically trained. So where did you do that?
Really, I got into singing lessons when I was 7, and violin when I was a similar age, and then just kept going really. And then my singing teacher in Christchurch, Peter Hind, he thought that it'd be wise to get me to go and audition for the opera when it came through, which I thought was a mad idea. Yeah. But I'd left school by then, being a private boys' school, so I felt it was safe to enter into the realm of opera, albeit briefly. But it was a fantastic experience. So,
was it a case of it felt like the right thing to do, but socially a bit awkward?
By then I was 20, so it was. I didn't really care. Yeah. But, it was actually really good. Yeah. It was a really good experience.
So has that helped give you a vocal range that you didn't have before?
I guess so. It was just a really good experience, and I guess it was influential, and some of the stuff we did on the album was quite choir sort of based, and.
Yeah. So how does that transform those classical elements into making sort of pop, sort of pop contemporary music?
I haven't really given it too much thought, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. On different varying songs. Sometimes the violin thing works, and other times it just needs an electric guitar, and there's nothing you can do to fight it.
But does it make you think outside the classic drums, bass, guitar, and vocal kind of setup? It makes you want to incorporate other elements.
Yeah, I think it does. It does. Essentially, though, with the album, we still kept it kind of the nucleus of it around Wayne Bell's drumming, and he's a very experienced drummer who seemed to find it quite easy to meld in the lighter things like pluck violins and what have you, but still managed to put down really sympathetic drum parts that still drove the song, so that they weren't kind of too light and sort of lacking structure. He sort of glued things together a bit.
Wayne, of course, is also a experienced producer as well. Did he have a hand in that?
He produced the album as well.
Yeah.
So, and Tors, who's next to me here.
Victoria Girling-Butcher, also in the Kiwi studio.
Good
morning. Going to be accompanying Andrew on a live song. You've also in the process of making your own album now as well. Yeah. So has there been a studio clash going on, competing time and space?
We're just fighting to have the same members of our band practice at the same time, and being in each other's band too. So it's great. We've got a good sort of musical community going on, mostly centred around the lab studio, where we sort of all end up.
Which really is a
recording.
Great creative hub down there. Tell us also about the other people who've lent a hand on the album.
Well, there's Joel Mulholland played, Ben King, Gareth Thomas did some playing, Brett Adams, Flip Grater. They're the ones that are springing to mind at the moment.
And from those, who makes up the live
band?
Set,
Wayne Bell plays the drums. Joel has been playing bass. He's just away briefly with Liam Finn. But we'll reel him in across the Pacific soon. But Ben King's playing bass now, which is fantastic, and Gareth Thomas, and then Victoria. So that's our little band of a troupe ensemble.
The CD package is a gorgeous wee number. It's got you in a suit, and that must be one of the most dapper men in the New Zealand music scene. There on the front cover, Arctic Tales Divide. Are they chilling, cold tales? Does the Arctic kind of evoke, the tone of the album at all?
A little bit. I really like space.
Yeah.
Not well, metaphorically as well, but certainly. I like flying. I like the Arctic, and I like
planes.
I like planes.
And I like cars.
And trains.
Do you want to be a fireman?
Yeah, I really wanted to be a pilot for a long time. But I do like music with space. I like to listen to music that's mixed in quite a spacious way, where I can hear everything. And so that was something that Ollie Harmer at the lab is very good at doing in his engineering, and so it was just kind of, I guess, it became a bit of a theme for me,
Yeah, well,
it pops up in the odd song.
It's a really nice package being put together. Well, you have brought in the guitar, and you have brought in Tors as well to play live. So it would be a shame for me just to play something off the album. Let's hear something off the album after you play live. What are you going to sing?
This song is called Ça va bien, merci. Every day I say ça va bien, merci to my only French colleague. I stumble in and stutter. She can tell my heart's a flutter for a girl, a flash of ribbons, hair and pearl, the essence of beauty. Honestly, I'm better than okay. I'd really like to say it more poetically. How can I say how I feel? Express it in a way that will not frighten her away from me. I'll say it with ça va bien, merci.
va bien, merci. A broken record and a book on planes. She dances and sings and wipes away the strain on me. She won't tell any secret that I whisper. Her skin is hotter than I've ever seen. She is sweeter than you know. Honestly, I'm better than okay. I'd really like to say it more poetically. How can I say how I feel? Express it in a way that will not frighten her away from me. Say it with ça va bien, merci. Lorsqu'au soleil couchant les riveri sont roses. Lorsqu'au soleil couchant les riveri sont roses. Lorsqu'au soleil couchant les riveri sont roses. Lorsqu'au soleil couchant les riveri sont roses.
Marvellous. Andrew Keoghan, accompanied by Victoria Girling-Butcher right here in the Kiwi studio. You can find a recorded version of that track coming out on the album called Arctic Tales Divide. It'll be coming out on the 21st next week at all good record stores around the country. Andrew Keoghan, you'll also be playing live in various places as well. All the details for those events will be somewhere online, perhaps on a Facebook page.
Yeah, through Under the Radar or through andrewkeoghan.com, and the shows are essentially the 19th of March. This is this Saturday at Shix Hotel in Port Chalmers. Then the Auckland main album release is on Tuesday the 22nd of March, so it's tomorrow week at the Classic. And then the next one, the last one, is in Wellington at Mighty Mighty on the 24th, Thursday the 24th of March.
Fantastic.
So we would love to see you there if you like to come down and join us.
Absolutely.
Gareth Thomas is the opening.
The man in support.
The man in support,
yeah.
Which I'm very lucky to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're very lucky to have you guys come in and perform live for us this morning. Thanks so much. And we will play something now off the album. This is the single, Clean Sheets and a Fishbowl. Cheers, Andrew. And
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Something in the way her hair hangs and falls like your heart does, slowing down, speeding up as she does. I shouldn't need to know she owns the street that you live on verandas that she paints on. Gloria, just tell me one love, Gloria. It's so cold, but you burn tonight. Gloria, when are you coming home? There's something in the way her right hand man falls back when she says She magnetized it to my blue car. What have we here? A young one in a blue car. Banging down my window, she is banging.